E ngā iwi o te motu, tēnā koutou katoa. Ko Araki ahau?
Ko tāsina hau. I tēnei rā ki te karere. He hara anō I pōkia nei I te motu, I te hanga o te karawhiti uru. Kua hanga ētahi kaipūtaio I tētahi korowai huna. Ka āwhina mātou I a rātou ki te kimi ka tae atu rā ki te tohu huarere huri noa I te motu, heoi I tuatahi, he pānui I taku huri ana I tō ao.
If you think the world is getting more and more topsy-turvy, it turns out you're right. Builders in Germany have built an upside-down house, and before you think they may have read the plans upside down, they did it on purpose. The wacky abode was built as a tourist attraction, as well as being a comment on the state of the world. The house is 23 feet tall and rests on its roof and has steel beams in the attic inside the house. There are beds screwed into the ceiling, upside-down wardrobes, an upside-down kitchen, and even an upturned bathroom. Though it's not known if anyone has tried to have a bath in it or go to the toilet. Normally a house like this would take 3 weeks to build. This one took over 4 months because workers kept getting confused by the strange angles of the walls. Many tourists visiting the house complain of feeling sick and dizzy after just a few minutes inside. Ka hono atu ki tō mātou ripoata ko Jason, kei te whare rawa ko te tangata e noho ana ki tēnei whare. Kei te pēhia koe e Jason.
Thanks, Araki and Tyson. I'm here with the owner of the house, Manuel, and I'm feeling quite mixed up today. So what made you decide to build this upside-down house?
My families who have straight houses, like normal houses, I just figure out something different to make the world explore an upside-down house.
What comment do you feel the house makes about the state of the world?
Nothing much. It's just keep an eye on people who's got no homes. Just build a house for them. Yeah.
What are some of the challenges of living in a house where everything is upside down?
Nothing much. Having baths or showers, but I just mainly have showers for the better of it.
Why do you have showers?
Because the bath is the wrong side and it tips over.
Oh, well. Kia ora koutou kia ora Manuel for joining us, and I'm Jason for Wake Up New Zealand News. Back to you, Araki and Tyson in the studio.
Tēnā koe Jason. Kei te āhua anini au, I nānei he pūrākau mutunga mai. Look out, Harry Potter, the world of science is catching up to the world of magic. Scientists in Europe have created a 3D invisibility cloak which can hide objects by bending light waves. It has been found that light can be controlled using special tiny crystals. They make objects disappear. So far, scientists have made small objects such as coins disappear, but don't hope that it won't be long before they are hiding cars, planes, and even people. People have always dreamed of making themselves invisible. One top scientist says that the possibilities are endless and we are excited. However, since inventing the invisibility cloak, the scientists have been having trouble finding it. As soon as we put it down somewhere, it has just disappeared. The inventor of the cloak said it appears they have trouble finding other things too, like their lunch, which they think may be underneath the cloak. He aha te tino take mo tēnei korowai huna. Ko te tumanako ka kite I ngā hua o te korowai huna. Inānei Tō mātou e kai riupoata hapta e kōrero ana.
Hello everyone and welcome to my part of the show. I'm here proud to bring a very important man who invented the magic coat, Titoko. So what have you been doing since you released it all?
Just trying to sell it and wearing it all the time and yeah, walking around.
So what inspired you to make this magic cloak?
Movies, games, saw that it was like real, so I thought I'll try and make that and voila. And here it is.
So how did you overcome all the people who doubted you and doubted how you'll never make a magic cloak?
Well, since I made it, so I forgot all about the hate and just worked on with my dream and yeah.
Since you made 1 billion of magic clothes and sold them all, you must be a millionaire, right?
Yeah, rich is.
Oh, here to hear first, everybody. Back to you in the studio.
Kia ora hapita, nā ānei he kōrero pai ki te whakarongo. A new wave of graffiti crime is covering the country thanks to an underground gang known as the Midnight Knitters. These wool-waving criminals are covering tree branches and lampposts with small jerseys and scarves under cover of darkness. Police say the knitted activities of the gang are illegal because their woolly crimes are being done on public property without permission. The popularity of woolen graffiti is growing and more public objects are being wrapped up every night. But the problem is growing, police say, and warn that if the Midnight Knitters aren't caught soon, every tree, lamppost and traffic light in the country will be warmly dressed against the cold. The problem is spinning out of control. They are a close-knit group of dyed-in-the-wool criminals. We are stitching together a case, but it's not seamless. There's no real passion to the crimes. A police spokesman said, today so far the criminal knitters have escaped arrest and continue to pull the wool over the eyes of both the public and the police. Ka haere nai nei ki tō mātou kai hopara, ko anahira ki te wāhi huna he hui motuhake e tāna me tētihi o te ropu Midnight Knitters. Interview free here.
Kia ora, and I'm Anahira, and joining me in the top secret location is a member of the Midnight Knitters gang. Hello Taku, and thanks for joining us. What led you into the dark underworld of knitted graffiti?
Well, when I was little, I have always dreamed of being a graffiti artist.
Do you see yourself as a criminal?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because I draw on things that I'm not meant to be on.
Apart from trees, lampposts and traffic lights, what else would you like to graffiti with your woolens?
I like to graffiti on houses, buses and cars.
Well, that is really graffiti of you. Before I go, I'd like to ask you one more question. Have you ever wanted to leave your gang of graffiti?
No.
Why not?
Because they are like a family to me.
That is pretty good. Thanks for your time, Taku Tai of Midnight Knitters gang. We now go over to Jada J with weather update.
Kia ora anihira, e ngā iwi o te motu tēnā koutou katoa, me tiro tātou ki ngā huarere mō a pōpō. Starting in the far north in Kaitaia, look out for some pretty flash flooding and raindrops as big as your head. If you're going outside, wear a hat. Moving down to Auckland, there'll be a mix of fair conditions and unfair conditions. But those are the conditions and you'll just have to accept them. There will be no weather at all for the Bay of Plenty. Is taking a short holiday but is expected to be back for the weekend. In Napier and Hastings, the weather will sometimes be changeable and sometimes not. We have really no idea what will happen there. In the Taranaki region, a mild depression brings with it a very dull day with no highlights at all. It'll be overcast and gloomy all morning, but things should cheer up by the evening, so don't worry, everything will be fine. Wellington will have another capital day. There will be no wind at all and the day conditions will be so pleasant they actually be extreme. In the top of the South Island, Kura can accept to have a good day, meeting friends for lunch, going for a swim and reading the newspaper, but try to stay indoors as the weather will just be terrible. A real mix for Christchurch, which will have some unreasonable rainfall, some sensible wind, moderate thunderstorms and some very angry snow. And in the lower south, Dunedin will be frosty, cold and unfriendly until late morning when the sun will pop over for a visit. Everybody likes the sun. Koira taku me maumahara ki te ua ki waiho, koira te huarere pō marie koutou, ka hoki ki te taipuni inaia ki a korua ariki ko Tyson.
Tēnā koe, JJ. Nā reira, kua mutu I konei, ko te tūmanako hei tēnei ahi he pai ki a koutou te whakapauhau reo. He mihi ki a koutou ngā kai mātaki, a mate wā ka tūtaki anō no mātou te ropu I te karero o te kura o ngā Ruahine Rangi, ka kite anō.
Goodbye.